Tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw had to follow up a very eventful SummerSlam, and I'm happy to say that they delivered a great show in my opinion. Welcome, my name is Eddie, this is the Wrestling with Eddie channel. I'm going to try and do weekly reviews of Raw and SmackDown, just quick recaps on everything I liked and disliked about the show, and I'm happy to say that overall this was a great episode, but let's break down my favorite parts and least favorite parts. If you guys are new here, which you probably are because this is a new channel, make sure to subscribe, comment what you thought of the episode, and give this video a thumbs up because it helps the YouTube algorithm. Let's get into it. The first part of the show I want to talk about is the Judgment Day breakup because I thought it was the best part of the show, and it seems like the crowd would agree with me because they were red hot for everything Judgment Day today. From the promo of Damian Priest, where I would say he officially turned babyface on and got the whole crowd behind him, to Finn Balor's backstage promo that explained everything, to the match between Damian Priest and JD McDonough, which was actually a really good match, and then everything that involved with there. If you guys don't know, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley both got betrayed by the Judgment Day this weekend, and it seems like they're turning those two as the babyface. And then we've got Liv Morgan, Dirty Dom, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and for some reason Carlito is still in this new Judgment Day. I don't know what their name's gonna be, but everything from this was awesome today. Love where this is going. It felt very personal between all of them. I like that they're building the storyline up. I'm excited to see where they go with it, and I do hope that the titles that are involved do get a little bit more into it. So right now JD and Finn are the tag team champions, but doesn't seem like anyone cares about those belts. And Liv Morgan has the title, the WWE Women's World Heavyweight title, but it does feel like Rhea's going after for personal reasons. So even though I love it, I do want them to try and make sure the titles stay relevant in it. But everything was great, and the crowd absolutely ate everything up. Big thumbs up in my opinion for that. Then we got Gunther coming out and cutting a promo. Actually, it was the first part of the show, but I'm not going in the order of what happened on the show. I'm just gonna talk about all my favorite parts here. But Gunther had a great promo explaining that he's the champion. He wants to raise the prestige. And then his first opponent is Randy Orton, which was a nice surprise. I was definitely not expecting Randy to be there. And they teased that there's been some kind of trade or switch up or anything like that where Randy's going to be on Raw for the next little bit, but someone's going on SmackDown. We don't know who it is yet. So if you guys have a guess as to who it might be, make sure to comment down below and let me know because I have no idea. But very exciting. I do think that Gunther and Randy story makes sense. Gunther beat him in the King of the Ring, but his shoulder was up, so I do think that this is going to be an exciting way to build up the next pay-per-view for them, which is in Berlin, and there was a lot of rumors it was going to be, or not, maybe not rumors, a lot of fan theories that it was going to be Gunther and Ilya Dragunov. I actually think this is a better matchup because Ilya hasn't seemed to be lined up for that. I do think Ilya is probably going to be set up to fight Braun Breaker for the title in Berlin, which I feel like that's a great way to set it up. And then Randy and Gunther, another thumbs up in my opinion. They had an awesome match, and I can't wait to see them wrestle again. Now, I already talked about the Damian Priest and JD McDonough match, which I think is my match of the night, but there was a lot of other good matches on the show. I want to definitely say that Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser had an awesome match, in my opinion, with some shenanigans at the end by Pete Dunne, but it was still a really brutal match, as always, from those two. I love to see Ludwig back in the ring. We also had a lot of women's matches here between Damage Control, Sonya's crew, and Lyra Valkyria. There was two matches there between Io and Sonya, and then Shayna Baszler and Lyra Valkyria. Really enjoyed both of those matches. Nothing insane, but it was good. And then we had the garbage thing with Final Testament, the New Day, which I'm so sick of that personally of that rivalry. But then, for some reason, they got a new Big E. They got Odyssey Jones, who apparently has been on the show or a part of show Monday Night Raw for years now. He debuted, I don't know what's going on with him, but he's there now. Cool moment. He did pick up two of the not Judgment Day, Final Testament guys. I always forget their names. I think Akam and something. Picked them up, body slam both, which was very impressive. But did he need to be with the New Day? It just feels weird. Like, we all want Big E to be there, and then we got Odyssey Jones instead. I'm not super keen on it. I didn't love it, so I don't know how to feel, but I'm definitely not positive on that at all. I would definitely think that this is not the right way to go with it. Xavier Woods seems to have these concerns, so maybe this is just a way to get Xavier Woods to be like us, like, we don't need a Big E, and so Odyssey's there. Maybe this is their way of turning him or something. I don't know what they're doing. I didn't love it, but Odyssey Jones did look impressive, but we'll have to see where it goes. The next two things I want to talk about are kind of connected. We had CM Punk cut a promo, smiling and being happy, even though he lost this weekend, to calling out Drew But Seth Rollins came out, and I will say this is why I love Seth. He can do the silly stuff, but he can also do the serious stuff. And they were ready to fight, and I was on the edge of my seat waiting to see Seth and Punk finally wrestle and fight, but we didn't get that because Drew came out from the stage, or sorry, in the crowd, cut a promo on both of them, showed off once again that he still has the bracelet, and that triggered Punk to go out and run after him. So it seems like CM Punk and Drew is the storyline. I hope we get some kind of Hell in a Cell match or something. That'd be great, but they're building towards that. And then the other segment was Bronson Reed absolutely destroying Seth Rollins. I mean, like, he destroyed Seth Rollins. I lost count of how many tsunamis he did, but Seth Rollins was bleeding from the mouth. It was nuts how much time he splashed him and splashed him and splashed him. Awesome way of building up Bronson Reed here. It looks like this is the next rivalry for Seth, which I really want to see Seth and Punk. But I know that that's the end goal here for WrestleMania, so I'm okay with this little rivalry. I don't know who they give the win to here, but I'm excited to see if Bronson Reed will get a good match from here. Bronson Reed's whole thing is that he just breaks other people's rivalries. He just keeps interfering in everyone else's stuff, which is really weird. He did it with Sammy and Braun. He did it with Sheamus and everyone else, and now he's doing it with Seth and Punk. Very weird thing, but we'll see what he does. I did like it. I do think that it made Bronson Reed look terrifying. Michael Cole was selling his ass off here for Bronson Reed. So just calling him a monster and asking for people to stop him, it was a great way to do it. So I was a fan of it. Excited to see these two wrestle as well. And the final thing we're going to talk about is, of course, the Wyatt Sicks debut match. Their entrance was incredible. They got the full song from Bray Wyatt, which I think it's a great song. We kept hearing only the first piano key note, but now we actually got the full song, which I'm happy to hear that they actually are using the theme song. Their entrance, once again, absolutely beautiful. The crowd was so hot, and they all had the fireflies up. Very, very cool. And then in the ring, I was impressed. I thought that they had a good debut here. I'm excited to see if they're just going to continue with Chad Gable and the Creed brothers, or are they going to start setting up another story? Because personally, now that they've won the match, I feel like it's time to move on from the story. Not American Alpha, Chad Gable's new group. He said he has a new name for it. It feels like they got to finish the stuff with Otis and everything. So I'd like to see what the Wyatt Sicks do next now. Move on to another storyline, do something else. I will say I love the fact they didn't wrestle with the masks on. All three of them look great. Eric Rowan, Dexter Lumis, and Joe Gacy. I really like how they moved in the ring. All their spots were really good. I'm not a big fan of their finish. I kind of feel like it's weird to powerbomb your own partner onto someone else, and then Dexter Lumis just doing a splash from the top rope to be the finish. I was hoping for something cooler than that. I do like Rowan's chokeslam where he like grabs by the face. I guess like a face slam. So that looked really cool, but I just wish that the rest of the team had a better finish. But outside of that, I can't complain. The final pose in the ring with the lantern was also incredible. A great episode of Monday Night Raw. I really liked it. Big thumbs up in my opinion. If I had to score it, this is like a 9 out of 10 once again. Great way to follow up SummerSlam. I'm hoping Saturday or Friday's show, you will see the review on Saturday. So the Friday night SmackDown, Roman Reigns return. I hope that show can keep up this awesome momentum that they've had for the last two shows. And that's the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment, subscribe, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. Take care. Bye-bye.